My first memory of cyberpunk in video games was in the 16-bit era. Shadowrun, Technocop, mostly games on the Sega Genesis, and also on the Sega CD. No, I'm not talking about Snatcher. I wasn't smart enough to buy Snatcher when you could get it for $50. No, I'm talking about Rise of the Dragon, the Sega CD's other cyberpunk game. PC's another story, but let's not even go there. We're talking about consoles. And one other thing that was huge on consoles in the 16-bit era was side-scrolling shoot-'em-up platformers. Contra 3, Contra Hardcore, Midnight Resistance, Gunstar Heroes. The list goes on and on. Well, thanks to modern AAA gaming devolving into a festering pile of ass,
My name is Fester. It means to rot.
nostalgia is all the rage these days. So I suppose it was only a matter of time before a smaller studio out there decided to blend cyberpunk with 8 and 16-bit aesthetics and Contra-type gameplay and give us Neon Inferno. Now, before we get started, I should say that a review code for this game was provided to me by Justin Silverman at Retroware Games, my in-real-life bestest friend ever, who I'm sure is just chomping at the bit to send me a free physical copy of this game once it's available. Aren't you, Justin? What, you don't think he's my best friend? Here, I can prove it. Here's me and Justin in Las Vegas. See? Best of buds.
Bullshit.
In short, if you took Contra and slapped it into the world of Cyberpunk 2077 and added the ability to shoot targets in the background and parry certain types of bullets back at your enemies, you would have Neon Inferno, and trust me, that's a good thing.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
You don't even play a hero in this game. You play a hitman for the Mafia. You get assigned a job, you go do that job. When you finish, you go back to the boss, you pick another job. But it's not just simply running left to right. Oh no. You'll also be targeting enemies in the background by holding down one of the shoulder buttons and moving a target reticle around like you really want to play House of the Dead, but you couldn't afford a light gun. You guys as old as me, you know what I'm saying. Otherwise, the controls are perfect. If you die in this game, and you will, it won't be because of input lag or any other issues with controller response. The controls are sharp as a tack. If you die, it's because you screwed up. The game also breaks up the on-foot action by occasionally putting you in a vehicle, not unlike Contra 3. But another interesting innovation for this game is the ability to parry certain shots. Any green bullets fired at you can be parried. You can even slow down time and choose the actual direction that you want the bullets to go when you parry them. This opens up the gameplay to a lot of new possibilities, but it also means you really have to be on your toes and be watching for incoming fire from multiple directions. So there's lots of innovation for the genre here, but also a good deal of challenge.
The fucking game is full of shit. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. That actually genuinely 100% pisses me the fuck off.
The graphics are pure pixel heaven. No, you pervs, not that type of pixel heaven. No, 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 no. Everything is super sharp, colorful, and vibrant. The environments and scenarios are varied, but always keep you grounded in that cyberpunk world. The animation is very fluid, but still maintains the pixel look rather than the more modern hand-drawn look of games like, say, Streets of Rage 4, which gives it a more visually authentic feel overall. The cutscenes take up the whole screen and are longer than you would have seen in the 8 or 16-bit era, but really help set the mood without being too long or drawn out. It gives you just enough information about what's going on without boring you to death.
Could we take a break for a while? It appears my intelligence circuits have melted.
The music and sound effects are just spot on. There's no other way to put it. It has a kick-ass synth soundtrack that's a perfect fit for cyberpunk. In fact, this is a soundtrack I wouldn't mind having on vinyl. Did you hear that, best friend Justin? Vinyl.
You really licked his ass.
If I could complain about anything, it would be that on the occasion that you die, sometimes where it restarts you could be a little frustrating. For those of you from my generation, you remember the last level of Ninja Gaiden on NES, where if you lose all your lives and you choose to continue, it puts you all the way back at the beginning of that mind-numbingly difficult level, and you have to do the whole thing over again? Yeah, it's like that, but it's every time you die, not every time you continue, which sometimes causes you to have to refight a mini-boss just to get back to the boss you were fighting when you died. I know the game is trying to emulate the challenge of the 8 and 16-bit era, and that's fine. But you know what else that era had? Arcade games where you respawned right where you lost your last life, so long as you had another quarter in your pocket. It's cool, it's fine. I'm used to that kind of thing. Heck, I was raised in it. But it's going to possibly be jarring for those who didn't grow up gaming in that generation.
Get good, scrub.
Neon Inferno rocks. If you have any love for cyberpunk or retro action titles, this is the one for you. Neon Inferno gets a 6.5 out of 7.